two Karens got a very sweet taste of karma. On this particular day, these two Karens walked into a McDonald's. They hadn't called prior or asked, but they demanded that they wanted to host a baby shower in there. Cause I guess McDonald's is the best place to host a baby shower? And they had another demand, and that was that only female employees will serve them. They even started to yell at a male employee when he tried to talk to them. According to them, there was going to be a lot of people showing up, which is why they only wanted female employees. Makes sense. But here's the best part. Not one other person showed up for the baby shower. And at the end, one of the employees took this photo and posted it onto Reddit, and it went crazy viral. You can see Karen's reaction right there. She is not happy.
Guys, I think we found a winner in today's edition of Stupid Games, Stupid Prizes. If you can help me find him, I'd really like to give him a trophy. All right, TikTok, do your thing.
I'm starting to think I'm going to need like a bat signal or something, but hey, Aunt Karen here, and I found him for you. His name is Joseph, and he recently got married. Now, when he's not believing that he can pull this look off, he likes to throw trash and litter in the sea. In fact, he enjoys talking about making sure that turtles choke on it. I can never get that right, but let's see if we can find some more information on you. Now, Joseph, you're going to have to forgive me because I had to go to your wedding registry and announcement in the New York Times to find out where you were employed. Now, this hasn't been updated, so maybe you're not still there, but I don't know. I feel like I got to be a Karen and find out. I guess I'll just tweet them and see what they say.
I understand being a Karen has gotten you a lot of things, but you cannot Karen your way into a job, okay? So this takes place back in the beginning of the pandemic. My store was doing one line and we were directing people to the register. This was to keep people 6 feet apart. Well, this lady comes in, she decides she's just gonna stand in a random line and cut everybody. I let her know that. She started trying to tell me about my policy. I don't know where the fuck they do that at. All I know is that I've been waiting in this line. I got in this line, so y'all have to take me. We don't have to do anything. So I let my cashier know, take that person, leave that hoe standing there. So, of course, he does what I say, right? And as I'm picking up his register, walking him to the office, she's yelling, hey, you can't leave me here. You have to help me. I've been waiting here. You have to help me. Again, don't have to do anything. I come back out, and now her daughter is standing there. She rolls up on me like she's ready to fight. Bitch, I'll beat your ass. I don't know who the fuck you are leaving my mom here. She been waiting in this line. You gonna catch an ass whoop. I said, no, ma'am. The only thing that's gonna be caught here is a criminal record if you put your hands on me because there's 2 police officers waiting for you. So then this lady with all the
So I just landed in New York City and I'm so excited to get, whoa, hey, I'm walking here. I'm really excited to get.
Listen to me. We don't talk like that. We don't say things like that. You understand? Do you understand?
Okay, sorry. Forget about it. So basically,
you to be tortured, then you'll be sacrificed. Who are you? Pope Francis, and by the power of Christ, I get you out, unclean spirit. Leave her forevermore. I command you to be gone in the name of the Lord.
This Karen might be the most entitled one I've ever seen. So this story starts out with a car chase where a man was being chased by the police. Well, the chase went on for quite some time because there was a lot of police cars chasing this guy. Even a helicopter was called in. But what's most surprising is the call the police operator got in the next few minutes. A police operator received a call from somebody, and at first she thought she was being pranked. But it actually wasn't a prank. It was actually Karen on the other end of the phone, and she had some demands. This is the actual transcript from that phone call. Apparently, the guy that was being chased was Karen's son, and she called the police demanding they stop chasing him or they would hear from her lawyers. I mean, what did she think would happen here? Did she think the cops would be like, yes ma'am, we're sorry for chasing your son and offending you. Please don't call your lawyers. But of course, the guy who was getting chased ended up getting caught. Karen didn't get charged because she hadn't committed a crime, but the police made a note of it in case she called back again with another ridiculous demand.
Out again, so that is really, really scary. She's an extremely scary person.
Don't take pictures of
She's an extremely scary person.
You're not allowed to film me. Excuse me, this is copyrighted. You are not allowed to film me.
So I've got...
Get away from my house and close my door. Close my door. And what's your name?
None of your business.
Okay, but yeah, you come up here banging on my door, wake me up, wake my child up, and now you won't leave. Call the police.
Call them.
Okay.
I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Stand there and film with your little camera.
I
He's
will.
just as bad as you are.
Lady, you don't know my child. My child minds his
Your
business just
child
as I
acts
do.
like you.
How do you know my child when he barely even leaves the house? Who are you, lady? Who are you? I would really love to know.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah?
There's a lady here who wants to speak to the manager.
What does she want?
I don't know, ma'am. What do you want?
We're out of treats.
I know you came in because I just watched you with your... I watched you come in from the store. Hello. I just like to let you know about the grass. I brought some of my own. It's on the ground. I can give it to you. I can slide it on the floor if you want. I just want you to know what kind it is. Okay, well, you know what? I don't have a lot to do today, so I can hang here if you want. If you want me to. Hello? Okay, well, you might have gotten in the shower, but you know what? I can wait.
I tipped a construction worker $1,000 to dig my Karen neighbor's driveway up. Now they can't drive anywhere. Is this going to far?
Look at what you guys did. Stats Canada reports not one baby has been named Karen since November 13, 2019. Okay? She has been referred to as the last Karen. And she's being compared to the relatives of a Hitler. She's been compared to the relatives of a Hitler. Can someone explain that to me? I don't understand. I don't.
I'm not letting you go anywhere in this big gas gun.
Hey, move.
No! Ah! I'm calling the cops, that's it.
Hey, get out of the way.
We're going to touch you. We're going to touch you.
Don't touch me.
Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Relax. Relax.
No.
You can keep recording all you want, but we're going to put it in your purse. You want to put cuffs on or not? Yep, you're gonna need
touch my phone. Don't touch my phone. I'm relaxed. Come on, let's walk out. Let's walk out. Ooh. No.
Stop. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you taking gas out of my car?
My hose got stuck.
That doesn't even make sense.
Oh!
What are you doing?
وكان مفروض ما حبكش ولو حبيت ما بينش ودلوقتي خلاص همشي انا وقلبي اللي دايب فيك. Hola, quiero comprar este bracelet. Hola, claro, ¿en qué talla lo quieres? Soy 36C. Aquí está, gracias por tu compra. Hola, vengo porque compré un bracelet hace unos días, pero creo que no es mi talla. Me queda un poco grande de espalda. Oh, pucha. ¿Quieres que te lo chiquemos una talla? Podemos hacerlo ahora mismo acá atrás en el taller. ¿Cuántos centímetros menos sería una talla menos? En este caso, con este elástico, como unos 4 centímetros. Una pregunta, ¿puede ser solo medio centímetro menos? ¿Medio centímetro? Sí, con eso estaría bien. Medio centímetro es esto. Claro. Medio centímetro no va a afectar en nada. Va a ser como que no hubiéramos arreglado nada. Te recomiendo mejor una talla menos, que serían 4 centímetros menos, o por lo menos 3 centímetros menos. Pero menos no vas a sentir la diferencia. No, si yo estoy segura que medio centímetro menos es mi talla perfecta. ¿Lo puedo venir a buscar más rato? Bueno, pase de nuevo a las 6. Hola, vengo a buscar mi bracelet. Aquí está. Gracias, ¿me lo voy a probar ya? Claro, pasa. Ahora sí, me quedó perfecto. Gracias. No hice ningún cambio.
Oh. Kobe. One time for Black Mamba, man. R.I.P.
Stop bringing the black man into this.
Say what?
Stop bringing the black man into this.
Black man, what? And me?
Come on, Kobe.
Yeah, Black Mamba.
That was his nickname.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, leave him alone.
No. When you make a shot, you say Kobe, because that's Korean.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said one time for Black Mamba, R.I.P. Like, getting it? Y'all getting it?
I get it. I got it the first time.
Alright, it's not insult or anything. You know what I mean?
You're taking your space. There you go.
Hi, welcome to Karen's. My name's Chris. I'll be with Karen. How are you? Don't answer. I don't give a shit. Do you have any allergies? No. Then let's get your order through so you can fuck off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want?
The Camden Karen. The Nutty Karen.
Can't order for yourself. Yeah. Fuck feminism. Yeah.
The Nutty Karen and the...
Wait. So you want 2 nutty Karen? Are you getting 2 cocktails?
Yeah, I'm getting 2. She's getting 2.
Wow.
Alcoholic.
Yeah, I can see that. Don't worry.
The Nutty Karen and the Tropical Karen.
You're not an influencer. No one gives a fuck. You might try to dress like one, but we all know that you're fake. Yeah.
Very fake.
I can see that.
Thanks.
Everything about you.
Alright, that's it. Thanks.
Go ahead, deep fried Karen.
Original. Good to know. Does the pension come in on Monday? That's fucking pathetic. Shake if you're on and make it chicken fries. Hold your menu, come on. Hurry up. Still on the influencer.
Yep.
Still no one gives a fuck. Take your drink, hurry the fuck up. Faster, come on. Jesus Christ.
Fries and aioli? Oh, not see it? Yeah. Seriously?
Little less eyelashes and little more brains, yeah? Come on, flannels.
I am confiscating this.
That's my welcome mat.
Leave your poop at the door?
That's not what it
That
says.
is inappropriate language when there's an elementary school down the street. Are you filming me right now?
Yeah.
Put me on Facebook. Go ahead.
A Karen is usually pretty angry. This Karen was angry and stupid. This Karen in question lived in the suburbs of a small city, where on her street the speed limit is about 20 miles an hour, which is pretty normal. But when you're Karen, you gotta turn that into a problem. She called the police department numerous times complaining about how the speed limit needed to be lowered. Police weren't gonna do anything about it because talking to Karen was a waste of their time. So she took matters into her own hands. She went online and bought one of these speed bumps you see on the road. And then she got a few power tools from her poor husband and clumsily installed the speed bump onto the street herself. Then she made a Facebook post about it telling people how they gotta slow down. She also stated that she left her contact info here and would be happy to talk to law enforcement about this. And she did talk to them, but it was in court, where she got fined not only for vandalizing government property, but the judge also suspended her driver's license. Because in her eyes, Karen doesn't understand how safety works on a public road and she shouldn't be driving on them.
What are you talking about? Where do you live?
2 blocks away.
That's not even possible.
I'm blind.
What?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, come here, please. On this receipt, it says that you charged me an extra 50 cents for a sauce. Yeah, right. Oh, no. The old boss never used to charge me 50 cents for
should have seen me this morning. I almost felt like crying. I just did cry because I didn't know how I was going to cope moving from one place to the other.
Crazy Neighbor Karen and Her Workers Part 1.
Hey guys.
Cops were called.
What you doing here? This has to come off my property. What is on your property? All this I own all the way up. I'm sorry, this lady here, she has, I've had a lot of issues with her, and so anything 21.5 feet from the edge of the driveway to here is all my property, and you guys can't put anything on my property. We're going to court over property disputes. She's called the law on me for just mowing my own grass like 8 times. I'm sorry, I know it's an inconvenience, but it's just... She's been horrible to deal with. I roast marshmallows, she calls the law. Please don't put him on there or I'll have to call the police. Okay.
Here comes Karen.
The easement gives you access. Okay, I will. Okay, easement gives you access not to change anything or store anything on my property. Yes, it is. Do you know what an easement is? Yes, I do. Okay. It gives you access. It doesn't give you ownership. And you cannot, it specifically says you cannot change anything. Okay, I'll call the officers also.
This is a continuation from the Eric story time. So I found him in the back once again, and I gave him a more stern talking to, and I was like, hey, 1, you cannot clock out without a manager's permission. You have to have a manager clock you out. And number 2, if you leave your zone, you have to have someone taking over. And he looks at me and he goes, well, I'm off. It's 2. I'm off, and walks away. The best part about Eric was he would literally go out and sit at a table for hours on end after he was off. So him needing to get off at a certain time, he would literally just go sit and read a book. So he could stay an extra 5 minutes if he needed to. But anyway, I digress. So after he starts to walk away, I literally tell him, he can still hear me. I tell him, hey, you know what? You can go ahead and talk to the general manager on Monday. He'll be here. He looked at me and then just walked away. So after this happens, I then have to go write an email to my general manager, my 3 co-managers, and my district manager saying what had happened, because there had already been one instance, which I talked about earlier, and so I had to keep them updated. So as I'm writing this email, the door swings open and it's Eric, and he's demanding the general manager's cell phone number. Now, 1, I'm not allowed to give out the general manager's cell phone number, and number 2, this is a very tiny office, and he's literally blocking the door, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, I'm very uncomfortable. You're making me very uncomfortable. I need you to get out of the office, and I will have the general manager call the store so you can talk to him. He tells me that he's not leaving. He's not going to unblock the door, and he's going to wait until I call the general manager because he doesn't want me telling lies to the general manager. I tell him again that I'm very uncomfortable, and I'm keeping my cool. Obviously, there were a lot of things I could have done in this situation, like called the police or called the store and been like, hey, I need help in the office, But I was just panicking, and my brain was panicking, wasn't working. So instead I was just like, hey, I'm very uncomfortable. I need you to get out of the office, and I will call the general manager. This goes back and forth for at least 20 minutes. Finally, he slams the door, but watches me through the window. There's a little window, and literally watches me call the general manager. And I have to tell the general manager, hey, I need you to call the store immediately. Long story short, the general manager calls the store, he talks to Eric, and then Eric leaves the building. I, of course, once Eric left the building, started crying. So the general manager then calls me and is like, hey, what happened? I explained what happened, and I didn't tell you guys this earlier, but I tried to get up to leave the office, and he did not let me leave. He literally would not move. So after I talked to the general manager, I then had to call the district manager and tell them what happened. So of course I had to do this all while crying because I was scared shitless because of what just happened, and because he literally wouldn't let me leave the office. I tried to get up and he wouldn't let me leave. So I then had to finish up my shift, which was another 6 hours, close the store, and that was that. So the next day I ended up getting a call from my general manager, and they said, hey, you don't have to worry about Eric anymore. We gave him all the documentation. He's let go. He is no longer working for us. He doesn't have any other shifts. You are safe. It's okay. Or so I thought.